Hey guys, Brent Hull, Wednesday design video. Got an interesting project in Colorado. Client said, hey, I need this house, wanted to be Mediterranean. Think we fixed it. Let me know what you guys think. Okay guys, kind of a big change on this one. Had a client call me from Colorado. Wanted to have a Mediterranean house. He couldn't figure out, his architect couldn't figure out what to do. So basically, when we started talking and we started looking at kind of what was wrong, it was very clear early on that he just didn't have a lot of the details right. These tall casement windows that break through the eave line aren't really part of the tradition in the Spanish Mediterranean. The real biggest problem was, this steep pitch roof. If you were just going to look at that roof and say, what period is that? You'd probably say, or what style is that? You'd probably say it's French. And notice how much lower, if you can see the other roof behind there, it is. And so, one of the books I use for this one, this is probably one of the better books out there. It's The Spanish House for America by Rex Newcomb. It's an old book written in the 20s. But tons of great images and tons of great ideas for how to build and how to do this style correctly. This could probably be like a two-part video, but anyway, what I've done is I've gone through there and just kind of picked out some traditional Spanish elements and kind of, put them into this house. One, barrel tile roof, kind of a ubiquitous standard thing that you should be doing. If you just did the low pitch roof and that Spanish tile, you probably could say I'm done and kind of walk away. But I've kind of thrown the whole kitchen sink at this thing because I've got this is a little screen, a little window screen, a little vent screen that allows air movement, kind of part of that tradition. These small windows with leaded glass behind it. The break we've got between the different windows here. And notice I've got double hung windows and casements. A mix of them actually is kind of fun to do. This big arch window up front instead of just the three going across there is important. The kind of design that you put in between these windows and this rope molding that goes around the outside. I'm just, picking and using traditional Spanish detailing to kind of, help improve this house. Got the little vent holes in the attic. And then of course I worked on this entrance. And this entrance could be kind of one of three different things. And so when I was playing around with it and showing them, one idea was to kind of give it a more rustic look with a plank door with the little, wooded screen window there. They got them strap hinges going across there. But notice the stone in here, and if you have kind of a white stucco and then a cut stone surround, that's kind of, Santa Barbara-y, you kind of see that detailed. You also, this is certainly something that's part of that tradition. That multi-panel door, the kind of, funky columns that come across with the Mediterranean, the Moorish influence, but going up to a window. I've got shutters on either side, got the leaded glass, and I'm just showing them different options. But all of these things, I think, improve it over what was there. And, this front entry being most important. I went around to the back too and started playing around with it, and you'll see some of these details as I've changed them. One, they've got a kind of a outdoor sitting area. It's kind of loggia, and I'm changing the detailing around there just to put a little bit more Spanish influence there. Change this door to a more traditional door, changing the casement windows. I've basically taken out that whole detail where they've got these windows that kick up through the eave line. I just don't find a tradition for that in this Spanish style. I don't see examples of that. Just other little things. There's this detail. Notice where that roof was, and notice now where this roof is, this rafter detail. And to do a tail, right? So this is a 2-inch to 2.5-inch rafter tail that comes through here. That's what I've got drawn here, and it really helps convey kind of the charm of this style. You'll notice too that the ironwork in this tradition is pretty simple. Oftentimes has these little rosettes that are attached to the stucco, and then the bars come out of that. And so you're seeing that kind of that change of that thing there. So on this side of the house, you'll see that I've added pergolas, because what was there was this accordion door. Now this door is going to open up, it's going to fold back into the pocket of the wall on both sides, and so that thing is completely open, which is fine. I mean, I understand that kind of contemporary wanting to live that way. What I've done is I pulled out these columns in front, so I've broken it up into 3 spaces. This way they can open up these doors, just those two, and still have the light, but also be able to walk through there. And then you kind of see it on this side is the way it would go. And then notice that little dainty iron detail there. I've also done a little kick through window showing that that window could be, could be looking into that with the ironwork above it. I've played around with the chimney. See the same thing here where there's some chimney details that can be fun. All in all, just taking an original house, original design that wasn't very Mediterranean and, adding some Mediterranean details. Remember, this Mediterranean style, you've got, Spanish, Moorish, the Mediterranean is, France, Italy, Spain, even parts of Portugal, and certainly the north part of Africa. And so there's a lot of traditions. And then, of course, in America, we have the Mexican tradition and the missions and the things like that happen here. So all kinds of fun things to work from and play with, but all things that infuse character and infuse design into this project. I think it helps. Let me know what you think. Okay, changing that roof line, changing the materials, helping the windows, putting traditional building details back into that house, copying the past makes a huge difference. Let me know what you guys think. I read all the comments. I'm Brent Hull. Thanks for watching.